Buddy, can I have a kiss? Thank you. Welcome to the green screen, and today we're gonna be doing a movie review on Netflix, The Kissing Booth. So, this is a movie that's about Ellie, who's this teenage girl who just got her first kiss from the hottest guy in school. But, hold on, the hottest guy in school is her best friend's brother. The mess! Well, let's get to the review. This movie follows Ellie, her love interest, and also how that affects her relationship with her best friend. So let me give you a bit of background here. Ellie and her best friend Lee have been friends since literally the beginning of time. They were born on the same day, same time, and their mothers also happen to be best friends. So, you know, they literally were just around each other all the time. They grew up with each other, played games, all of that fun stuff. So as a part of being kids, they developed this little rule system. For example, always telling your best friend what they wished on their birthday, because remember they share the same birthday, so they, you know, they're the only ones who could know the wish. It's kind of cute. So one of the rules in particular affects the entire plot of this movie, and that is rule number 9. Rule number 9 makes family member dating off limits. Let me explain. So obviously, as her best friend, Lee knows that Ellie kind of has a bit of a crush on his older brother, Noah, who just happens to be the hottest guy in school. Noah's always been like a savior for both Ellie and Lee, because when Lee got in trouble, Noah would like fight for him. Same for Ellie too. So Ellie always thought like, oh, maybe he just sees me as Lee's best friend, so I'm like a sister to him, not like, you know, you like me kind of thing. But as we go through the movie, we find out that they like each other. So now Ellie's faced with this internal conflict as to whether or not she should tell her best friend that she is breaking rule number 9. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe these people, man. The popular girls, literally their acronym was the OMG girls. Man, y'all could have done better than that. But you know what? I'll give it to you. It was a little funny. The plot was your average romantic comedy. Everything was pretty much cliche, lots of cheesy lines, which is expected for a romantic comedy. I do think that a lot of things were predictable, but not in a bad way. It was good to see how things actually played out. It was easy to follow. Sometimes you guess things ahead of time. Other times, you know, your reaction was wrong, but it still left you like, oh my gosh, what's gonna be the reaction? What's gonna happen? What is she gonna say? Is she gonna say it now? Oh my gosh! I get into a bit of spoiler territory here in 3, 2, 1. As you can imagine, the only way for this plot to really move forward is so that Ellie and Noah keep their relationship a secret. But let me tell you, there was one person in this entire thing that knew from day one. Ellie's dad. Pops knew, and he just looked at Ellie like, I know. Like, he didn't have to say anything, and I know she probably was just like, oh, I don't think anybody knows, it's just me and Noah, la la la. No, your daddy knew. Let me tell you something, these parents, they know exactly what's going down. They just like to make you feel like they don't know. So you could be the one to either lie or not lie. So what do you do there? Ellie had her first kiss with Noah at the kissing booth, and also her friend Lee had his first kiss with this girl named Rachel. And of course, Lee was just like, bye Ellie. So she needed a ride home, and Noah was available to take her. And of course, upon the motorcycle, they go to her home destination, and it starts to rain. And at this point, I was just like, okay. So Noah was like, the weather's really bad, like I need to stop. And then once it clears, I'll take you home. So she's like, okay. And of course, they happened to stop at this cabana. Now, for me, I was like, this scene looks so familiar. And it definitely did. It was definitely one of the scenes from Sound of Music, which I highly recommend that you watch. It's a golden oldie. And in the cabana, Ellie must be feeling herself and she just runs into Noah's arms and starts kissing him. And there was a quick moment where it was just like, did she make a mistake? Anyway, she obviously didn't because Noah liked her. And I was just like, girl, you go girl, but also, you need to tell him about rule number 9. Please tell him about rule number 9. Do not proceed until you say rule number 9. Of course she didn't. And I was just like, dang girl, opportunity missed. This is gonna be a huge spoiler. So this is the scene where Lee finds out that Ellie has been lying to him about her relationship with Noah. And I'm gonna set the scene for that super quick. So Ellie went by Noah and Lee's house, obviously, to see Noah, and she was helping him with his motorcycle, and she ended up falling and she ended up having a cut on her head. So Noah and Ellie were in his room and he was like helping her to clean the wound, and Lee was just like, did you touch her? Da 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 da. It was a big fight ish. Ellie calmed Noah down and then she went after Lee to make sure he was okay and let him know that it honestly was just an accident and that she fell. It wasn't like an injury that he inflicted on her. So she goes back to Noah's room and she's like, yeah, I'm really gonna have to tell Lee tonight. Like, I have to tell him tonight. And they kiss. And I was like, oh, mama, papa. Girl, you about to find out, girl. Girl. You're too close, and just like I said, Lee walked in and he was just like, what is going on? I say, Ellie, you're done for. This one name over. So moving on to the visuals. Was not impressed. I literally was just like, green screen everywhere. I know, pun intended. The lake, green screen. The beach, green screen. The background when they were jumping into the pool, fake. Is there any spot in this movie that was authentic? Other than that, the visuals were good. It was just those areas where you can clearly see that they used a green screen that really kind of bothered me a little and took away from the magical moment of a lot of the scenes that we saw. There was only about one good song in this that actually fit the whole thing. I really felt that they could have used better music and just captured the scenes better, because at some points I couldn't even focus on the dialogue because I was like, what is this background music? Who in charge of this? Well, I would give this movie a B-, just because there were some things that could definitely use a bit of improvement. But if you're looking for just a quick romantic comedy, then this is something that I think you would enjoy. This was definitely something that gave me High School Musical vibes and Angus Thong's Imperfect Snogging. For those of you who don't know, it's a British film and I absolutely loved it, even though it was really cheesy. But that's the whole point of this movie, right? It's supposed to be a cheesy romantic comedy. I think they definitely delivered on that part. It's just that the visuals and the music took away from what this film could have been. But one thing I just wanted to quickly touch on, just my little rant for this movie. One thing I just don't really be feeling about these movies is the misrepresentation of how these teens actually look in real life. They have these grown people playing these high school characters. So I'm watching this movie like, there is no way that this is a teenager. This is a grown man right here. And you know what? I had to research it, and guess what? There really was no way. They all around my age, which means they're in their 20s, and they supposed to be playing these 17, 18, 19-year-old kids. Hold on. This is the kind of stuff that misleads the youth of today, because High School Musical definitely misled me. I was in, I believe, grade 7 or 8 watching this like, ooh, when I get to grade 11 and 12, I'm gonna look so grown. But guess what? I looked 12. You not? I literally was there like, did puberty miss me? It's okay though. That's why this is the movie. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also drop a comment below on your thoughts of the movie.